Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to another pre-market pulse scan. This is for trading on Tuesday, January the 10th, 2017. The time is about 19 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're approximately 10 minutes before the opening bell. Looking first of all at the overnight markets, the Dow is off 16 points at 19,812. The high was 19,840 and the low was 19,785. Excuse me. Oh, it should be noted too that we're trading the March 2017 futures contracts in the stock indexes. Let's see, the E-mini NASDAQ 100 is up a quarter point at 5,022 and a quarter point. The high was 5,026 and the low was 5,007 and a quarter. The E-mini S&P 500 is down a half a point at 2264 and three quarters. The high is 2266 half and the low 2259 half. The Russell is up 280 at 1358.10. The high 1358.70, the low 1351.10. Excuse me, the Nikkei is off 55 at 19,420 and the high is 19,525, the low 19,285. Crude oil is up 17.5 cents at $52.12.5. The high is $52.37.5. The low $51.77.5. Let's see. Looking at the U.S. dollar index, we're up about a tick at 109. I'm sorry, 101.93 now. 101.93, and the high is 102.09, and the low is 101.48 half. The euro is off 5 pips at 106.02. The high 106.57, the low 105.87. The pound up 7 pips at 121.85. The high 121.93, the low 121.21. And the Australian dollar is off 9 pips at 73.39. The high 73.72, the low 73.19. And gold is off 40 cents at 1184.40. And the high is 1187.70, the low 1180.20. And silver is up about 2 cents at $16.68.5. The high $16.74.5. The low $16.57.5. All right, looking at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is well off of the highs made at $1,153.02. We're down at the 905 area, trading that 900 range. Still having problems with $1,000. Can't get back above that. Until it can get back above that, it is no longer in an uptrend and is now in an official downtrend. On the daily chart, you do have technical damage. You're trading on from the algorithmic perspective. You have negative momentum, and you're trading below the short-term trend line and the long-term trend line. So it is in quite a predicament at this point, according to the algorithmic charts. This market needs to have a strong close above 938.69 in order to get back on track to a bull trend. Right now it's flat, but it's negative. So it's flat to negative. It's struggling to even get above its momentum resistance at 924.57. So we're going to need to see a resurgence of buying, and we're not seeing that. I did think that the excuse me, Bitcoin was going to decouple from the US dollar, but we're just not seeing that. It's still lockstep, joined at the hip with the dollar. As the dollar came off of its highs at that 103 mark. So has the Bitcoin, and now we're trading at $900. So this is not good. And like 2-3 times we've been in the $800. All right, we hit 897 for a low in the overnight market. So this market is still extraordinarily weak. All right, and that's not good. All right, we need to deal with that. You got to deal with what you see. And what we're seeing right now is uber bearishness for the dollar and for Bitcoin for the time being. All right, so yes, we have a top in the dollar and we have a top in Bitcoin. All right, so the top is in, the short term top is in, the rally is over. You should have liquidated your longs and taken your profit. If you're still holding the Bitcoin, then you're doing nothing than being a buy and hold investor at this point, which is quite silly. Why are you giving money back to the market? The mantra is take what you can, give what? Nothing back to the market. We give nothing back. Once again, we give nothing back. All right? Moving on. Looking at our rally alerts that we have for this morning, and we have quite a few. We have some in futures. We have live cattle and soybeans. Soybeans has a rally alert. And I didn't give you the overnight reading on the soybeans, so let me give that to you. Soybeans is down 3.25 points. Last trade is we're at the $10 mark, $10.02 a bushel. So that's where we are. The high was 10.04 half, the low 9.97 quarter, and so we do have a rally alert in the beans. That has not triggered yet, but we are close. If it does trigger, it could be a strong move, meaning that we have now seen the lows in soybeans and we're building a base for the bottom, and then we start the correction. All right, for the bull run. This is coming on the back of a negative swing VIX already within a well-defined locked-in downtrend. Okay. We also have a rally alert in First Majestic and AG. We have a rally alert in Bitcoin. Can we get a bounce today? Let's see. We have a rally alert in FAZ, which is the inverse ETF, FAZ. We have a rally alert in the Bitcoin ETF, GBTC. We have a rally alert in the gold miners, GDX, and in the juniors, GDXJ. Rally alerts. We have a rally alert in JNUG. Can JNUG catch some feelings today? Come on, JNUG. We know you can catch feelings. We know you have it in you, and it's pretty close. It probably will trigger today. We have NAC, NAK, rally alert. We have a rally alert in Nugget. We have a rally alert in Pretty Ricky. We have a rally alert in the SDAO. We have a rally alert in the Sprott Junior Miner ETF, SGDJ. And in the Sprott Gold Miners, the SGDM. And in the Silver Miners, SAL and SILJ. And in the Uranium Resources, URRE. And we have it in USLV. And we have it in UVXY. And guess who else has a rally alert today? We have a retailer joining us today, and that is Walmart. Walmart has a rally alert. And you know what? It could surprise us and trigger. I doubt it, but we will see. All right, moving along, we have one 411 of note, and that's in the feeder cattle futures. And that is a ways off. One thing about futures, though, even if the price, the entry is away from the market, it doesn't mean anything because these markets have lock limit moves and stuff, and they can go lock limit on you in a heartbeat and fill it. So we never know. But for your futures traders out there, you want to watch that. Let's see what else. Moving up, let's look at some of the swing trades. Everything else on here is swing trade on your daily, and that's pretty much everything else, all the other securities. So like oil and the U.S. dollar space, the oil space, U.S. dollar space, bonds. As far as that goes, they still don't know what they want to do. So we're still watching it to see what's going to happen. But the inverse ETFs in the bond space have some swing trade alerts on those. Excuse me. I'm sorry. No, they don't. I take that back. Wait a minute. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Looking at the wrong thing. These are negative momentum. I'm sorry. This is under the negative momentum column for the bond space. And we do have a few crash alerts. Let's see what we got. All right, we have about just as many crash alerts as we have rally alerts. We have crash alert for crude oil. We have a crash alert for the oil space UCO, cotton futures, the Dow index, the Nikkei, the S&P, cocoa futures, the financial sector, FAS. FedEx has a crash alert. Hack has a crash alert. I'm glad about the hack. Hack needs to have a crash alert because you don't want hack strengthening, and that's the opening bell. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Netflix has a crash alert. The S&P SPY, SVXY, UDOW, and URA, uranium. So interesting day still. We don't know what these markets haven't decided what they want to do yet. So we're watching to see what's going to happen. Got a couple good ones to maybe take a stab at this morning, see what happens. I may take a little nibble in some of the gold spaces, and I don't know. I'm not really sold on the stock market really pulling back here. I'm just not sold on that. I'm looking at it now, and nah, I just no, no, I don't. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I'm not sold on it. I think this pullback is setting up for a rally. And the reason why I say that is because you may have crash alerts in the Dow, the Nikkei, S&P, but you also have swing trade lock-in alerts. So I see this as buying the pullbacks. So we may pull back a little, maybe more substantially than thought because of the 9/11 alerts, because of the rally, crash alerts. But then those are going to be bought. So be careful with especially on the future side of things. Just watch and see what happens. Now that we have the opening bell, JNUG's at 862. Let's see here. Yeah, so JNUG already popped up on the open, so it filled the long. So if you're long the JNUG, you have a lot of space to work with. Look where your stop is today, and you should be good to go. All right, and I'm gonna wrap this up because I think I want to go shopping. I think I may take JNUG out for coffee. I don't know if I'm ready to spend a lot of money on her to find dinner, but I think I'll go ahead and I'll buy her a cup of coffee. All right, so she may be good for about 100 shares or two, maybe 1 or 200 shares, but she ain't ready for 500 to 1,000 shares yet. She need to show me that she's committed to this relationship, and then maybe we can take it to the next level. With that said, learn how to trade, learn how to make money to provide for you and your family. Come on over to pulsewavetrading.com, and the rest of you, I'll see you in the trading room. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, but what? Pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can from these markets and give nothing back to the market once you've taken it. Peace. 7.25. The E-mini S&P 500 is down a half a point at 2264 3/4. The high is 2266 half, and the low 2259 half. The Russell is up 280 at 1358.10. The high 1358.70. The low 1351.10. Excuse me. The Nikkei is off 55 at 19,420. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to another pre-market pulse scan. This is for trading on Tuesday, January the 10th, 2017. The time is about 19 minutes after 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so we're approximately 10 minutes before the opening bell. Looking first of all, at the overnight markets, the Dow is off 16 points at 19,812. The high was 19,840, and the high is 19,525. The low 19,285. Crude oil is up 17.5 cents at $52.12.5. The high is $52.37.5. The low $51.77.5. Let's see, looking at the US dollar index, we're up about a tick at 109. I'm sorry, 101.93 now, 101.93. And the high is 102.09. And the low is 101.48 half. The euro is off 5 pips at 106.02. The high 106.57. The low 105.87. The pound up 7 pips at 121.85. The high 121.93. The low 121.21. And the Australian dollar is off, and the low was 19,785. Excuse me. Oh, it should be noted too that we're trading the March 2017 futures contracts in the stock indexes. Let's see, the E-mini NASDAQ 100 is up a quarter point at 5,022 and a quarter point. The high was 5,026 and the low was 5,000.